Snaggy, bro. Where's Snaggy at? Hell no. Get down. That's not even cool, bro. Why the fuck are y'all putting your hands on a beat, bro? That guy's gotta go to all press charges.
You ever watch a movie where the hero completely loses it by the final act? Like, completely? Picture that. Now imagine that hero is Antonio Brown, and instead of a Hollywood movie, it's a real-life boxing event in Miami. A few too many poor decisions, and now a literal attempted murder charge hanging over his head like one of his old NFL playbooks. Yeah, this is not a drill. A warrant is out for AB's arrest. The man who once torched cornerbacks for fun might now be hiding out from law enforcement.
On Wednesday, a judge signed an arrest warrant for him on a second-degree attempted murder charge. And now, according to that arrest warrant, Brown fired the shots that you just heard. It happened during a chaotic scuffle last month at a boxing event in Little Haiti. At the time, Brown was detained but not arrested. He even tweeted a statement saying that he did nothing wrong, that he was jumped by a group of men who he said tried to steal his jewelry.
We're talking about a guy who went from Super Bowl confetti to wanted man in under 5 years. And somehow, this isn't even his first run-in with legal chaos. But this one could end it all. Let's unpack the May 16th disaster that has Antonio Brown one step away from becoming the Florida version of OJ, without the glove, but possibly with a warrant and a one-way ticket out of the country. It was supposed to be another clout-chasing circus, a boxing event hosted by TikTok Chaos Goblin Aiden Ross.
So last night, you got into it with Antonio Brown, and the videos are flying all over the place. And his story, his perspective of what transpired is out.
His story is a half-truth. His story is a non-truth. He's a liar, man. I've been knowing AB since 2021. I have a judgment against AB for 180. And why would I want to even damage that by trying to reach for moissanite and fork metal chain? He's a liar. If you watch the video, everybody was attacking me. It was a 3v1.
Under his brand Risk Promotions, influencers, washed-up athletes, and YouTubers punching each other for views, and somehow, even in that crowd, Antonio Brown managed to stand out. On May 16th, 2024, Brown showed up to this Miami spectacle like he was just there for vibes. But by the end of the night, it wasn't AB out a boxing ring, it was AB out a street fight. According to surveillance footage and multiple eyewitnesses, AB got into an altercation outside the venue.
That Antonio Brown is a certified crash out. But when you start hearing from the opposition, his side don't make it any better, because I hear them tires screeching again.
Yeah, them brakes breaking.
Cause he a crash out too.
Yes, sir.
The clash of two crash outs. We don't know who to believe. And that's where I'm at with it. It's like, hold on.
First it was words, then it was fists, then, reportedly, Brown did something straight out of a Grand Theft Auto cutscene. He snatched a gun from a security guard and fired off 2 shots, while chasing the guy he just punched. No fatalities, thank goodness, but this wasn't just some scrap in a club. This was firearm discharge in a public area surrounded by civilians, cameras, and social media lurkers itching for drama. Authorities say the man Brown allegedly targeted was grazed in the neck.
This was a total valley crash out by Antonio Brown. He worked it all, grind, only to have some lowlife to try to take your shit.
Brown said he was attacked first and acted in self-defense, but the warrant tells a very different story. And here's the kicker: after firing the shots, Brown reportedly wasn't arrested on the scene. Cops detained him, listened to his side of the story, and let him go. That might be the most Florida police moment in history, but that wasn't the end, not even close. So who was the other guy in this chaotic saga? His name is Zulkarnain Nantambu, and this wasn't some random stranger AB happened to bump into after a few too many drinks.
You know, he stole it. He swung. He tried to swing on me, scratch my neck. You know what I'm saying? And then it just turned into a brawl from there.
I wonder what exactly started it. Did you give him a look? Was there like any indication?
Listen, I spent 40 days in the Dubai jail because we were out there for a Floyd Mayweather fight. He tried to defraud me out of a multi-billion-dollar design that I was trying to go talk to. Well, I was going to talk to Floyd about being an ambassador for. I saved him from going to jail in Dubai.
Nah, these to have history. Reports say AB and Nantambu have been feuding since 2022. The beef's been simmering like a pot of bad chili, and this Miami event turned out to be the boil over moment. Witnesses said the two exchanged words, which turned into punches, and then Brown went full action movie villain, allegedly chasing Nantambu down with a security guard's pistol. According to police documents and eyewitness accounts, Nantambu said he was running away when Brown fired the shots.
This is why they say it's better if you kill somebody, because then they can't show up to be like, I never said that. Be like, yo, I heard somebody say, yo, go grab the strap. You gotta say something like that. Yo, go grab the strap. So when I heard not only they attacked me, I heard that they were gonna go get a weapon. So then I got my weapon to defend myself. That could be a very valid defense. But the reason he's charged is they're saying that he got attacked, it got separated, and from how they have looked at this situation, he didn't look like he was in any danger.
One of them may have grazed his neck, which sounds slightly less serious, until you realize a bullet was inches from making this a homicide case, grazed or not. Bullets flying in a crowd full of influencers is not exactly self-defense. Also, Nantambu later sought hospital treatment, and even though no life-threatening injuries were reported, it was enough to build a case that got the attention of a judge, a DA, and now the entire football world.
So here's the big question this afternoon, shortly after 5 p.m. Where in the world is Antonio Brown? If you believe X, according to his account, he's somewhere riding a bicycle in the Middle East. You'll see video of that in a moment. Bottom line is, police are looking for him. Antonio Brown is a wanted man, wanted by the cops for attempted second-degree murder. Cops want to catch the former NFL wide receiver, and here's why.
AB's version, he says he was jumped. He went online the next day to post that multiple individuals tried to rob him and cause harm. His exact words, "They jumped me, Antonio Brown," which is somehow the funniest and saddest quote in this entire situation. But here's the problem with AB's they started at excuse. The fight was already broken up by security before the shots were fired. That means it's not defense anymore, it's retaliation. And that's where Florida law draws the line.
And all the cameras out. He went, got a gun, ran wild gunfire, and alhamdulillah, I was spared. So when he saw me, I just reminded him of the financial failure that he's been going through. And so he tried to steal off on his partners. You can watch the dude with the green hoodie taking off, just getting free shots in while me and AB tussling. You know what I'm saying? Then he went, got a gun, ran after me. I'm already put outside. He went, got a gun, shot wildfire. We fight. He shot at me twice. Praise be to Allah, wasn't hit. They got children out there selling candy, bro.
Fast forward to June 11th. A Miami-Dade County judge signs the official arrest warrant for Antonio Brown. The charges? Second-degree attempted murder with a firearm. The bond? $10,000. House arrest recommended if he's detained. But here's the catch, he's not detained. In fact, nobody can even find him. There's heavy speculation that AB may have left the country, possibly heading to the Middle East or Asia shortly after the incident. If that's true, it might explain why Miami police can't bring him in.
That must have been the best day whenever you quit your job.
Yeah, that was the best, bro.
Because I think there's a part of that, bro, where everybody could feel, because everybody wants to take their shirt off and walk out there.
Take that moment, right?
Yeah,
but some people can't.
Buy FedEx, buy fucking, what's like another good company? Buy UPS, Target, anything.
Yeah, it's always good, man, when you can walk out on your own freedom and make the moves that you believe in, you know.
The dude might be doing TikTok dances from Dubai while the U.S. justice system is trying to serve him papers. This isn't just some celebrity lawsuit. This is a felony, a real one. Second-degree attempted murder in Florida can carry a sentence of up to 15 years behind bars. This isn't go pay a fine and walk it off territory. This is your NFL jersey gets archived in a courtroom energy. The longer AB stays gone, the worse this looks. Judges don't like being ghosted.
Neon, look at their spam. Is that true? What? About this person?
Yes. It's all over Twitter. All over. On my life.
My phone. I gotta text my lawyer. I'm dead serious.
Prosecutors especially hate it when rich people vanish during an active case, and the public, they're split. Some people still think AB's just misunderstood. Others are like, lock him up before he tries to host a podcast. Let's not forget who we're talking about here. Antonio Brown was that guy. 12 seasons in the NFL, 7-time Pro Bowler for first-team All-Pro selections, over 12,000 receiving yards. Super Bowl champion with the Bucks, dude was a walking highlight reel.
3 dudes. The dude with the green hoodie was with AB. The other little Puerto Rican looking dude that was swinging the bat was with AB. And the rest was aiding security. The guy that he kicked was aiding security. All he was doing was pulling him away. So, you know, I saw him. I was in there for like a minute. I came to go support one of the Muslim boxers. And I was with Aki Wade, Rob Money. We took a picture outside. I walked in and then I saw him 1 minute in and it was up.
But somewhere along the way, it all unraveled. Brown has faced a list of legal and behavioral issues, restraining orders, child support disputes, bankruptcy. He's thrown gummy candy at his baby mama. He's walked off the field shirtless mid-game like he was quitting the NFL and his shirt modeling career at the same time. And there's the ongoing speculation about CTE. That Vontae's perfect hit in 2016 may have done more damage than we realized ever since then. His behavior has been erratic, to say the least.
A couple nights ago, we just saw an interesting turn of events with Antonio Brown at the Aiden Ross
Charleston
event.
White said some natty. He tried to act like he wasn't the back door.
Yeah, nah, I wasn't there. I ain't see it.
What?
Yeah, nah, I wasn't there.
Charleston, you know we got word that...
Yeah, nah, I wasn't there.
So you didn't tell the people Antonio was in there?
No, I wasn't there. I was live.
He be coming up with some shit.
I was live on the
I
stream.
see how he does it.
Yeah, I was live on the stream. I just heard about it. Yeah, I just heard about it.
But none of that excuses what happened in Miami. If anything, it just makes it more tragic. Brown's case now joins a growing list of what-if athletes who torched their own legacy. He went from being compared to Jerry Rice to being mentioned in the same breath as Aaron Hernandez, and that's not a club you want to be in. Even after the Miami incident, Brown couldn't stay offline. Days before the warrant went public, he posted on Twitter that he hooked up with California Governor Gavin Newsom's wife.
Normally in Florida, a misdemeanor carries with it a statutory maximum of a year in jail. And that's what this battery provides for in the Florida Code. But the Florida Code contains a very interesting aggravation section, and it provides that if someone commits a battery, well, then they get a misdemeanor. But if they've been convicted of a prior felony battery, then that could be aggravated to a third-degree felony.
Which, whether true or not, is just not the thing to be tweeting when you're one step away from an orange jumpsuit. The internet, of course, ate it up, LOLs were had, memes were made. But Brown wasn't just clowning, he was deflecting. People close to the case say he may be actively avoiding authorities, and that digital trail of chaos might not help his legal defense. When you've got a warrant out, maybe just maybe don't stir up new scandals online. You don't see fugitives from justice arguing with people in the comment section.
Foolish, reckless way of living cannot sustain you. You know what I'm saying? You cannot be in society living like this because you're going to harm somebody, you're going to harm yourself. You have children, man. Have some decency about yourself. Get some help. You took a new name and you went this one and he wanted me to teach him Islam in Dubai. I come back here, Hebrew Israelite. I don't know what's up with this guy. Look some soul searching, brother. That's what you need to do. But that ain't my fault and that ain't my concern.
But AB, he's built different and not in the good way. Now we're in legal limbo. If AB returns to U.S. soil, he'll likely be arrested immediately. If he doesn't, international law may eventually catch up with him, but extradition takes time and money, and Brown, well, his finances are reportedly in shambles, bankruptcy filings, lawsuits from vendors, unpaid contracts he's been dodging more than just linebackers lately. Lawyers say his best bet is to turn himself in and claim self-defense.
I tell everybody all the time when you know you can own a firearm in different states, but you have to know the laws, right? So in some states there is no retreat law, meaning if you got away from being in trouble or being that your life was, that you thought your life was maybe you were going to lose your life, then you could fire back. But if you are unsafe or you're fleeing, you can't use that firearm.
I thought Florida was staying your ground. I thought you could shoot somebody if they sneeze on you in Florida.
But I think he ran away from the guy to go get the gun. That's what the footage shows. And if that's the case, maybe
did they run after him?
I don't think so.
But that only works if you were actually defending yourself, not if you chased someone down and fired shots after the fight was over. In the public, they're still split. Some folks are holding onto the he got jumped narrative. Others say it's time to stop giving athletes a free pass either way. AB's next move could determine whether this becomes a comeback story or the final chapter. This isn't just a headline, it's a cautionary tale. Antonio Brown had it out. Money, fame, Talent and somehow still managed to fumble it harder than any pass he ever dropped.
You're letting him back in. You good, my boy? That is insane. He's back.
Whether it's CTE, bad decisions, or straight up ego, the man is spiraling in public and in real time. From scoring touchdowns to ducking warrants, from NFL icon to legal fugitive, the only question left is, where does it end? And will Antonio Brown ever face the musical or just keep dancing to the sound of his own downfall? Because at this rate, the only thing AB might be catching is a charge.
Came through with no shirt on, talking to the TSA, the equivalent of TSA customs people, cursing them out. I stepped in because I'm Muslim, greeted him with salam alaikum, let him know, look, he's in the company of Floyd Mayweather. He's a little crazy. I used the word majnoon, and after 40 minutes, they let him go. Long story short, you know what I mean? He gave me something to hold, but then he backdoored and called the police on me and then got me locked up. 3 years later, it came to a head at this Aiden Ross event.
All right, my ninjas, y'all stay dangerous out there. I'm about this bitch. Peace.